Just causes of termination, according to Article 296 by Azuzera, formerly Article 282 of the Philippine Labor Code, as annotated by Azuzera, just causes are a valid grounds for an employer to dismiss an employee based on acts or omission of the employee that make continued employment attainable or unjustifiable. So these are employees initiated faults or offenses. So, what are the grounds for just causes for termination according to Article 296? Number one is serious misconduct. Number two is willful disobedience of lawful orders. And three is the gross habitual neglect of duties. And number four is the fraud or willful breach of trust. Number five is commission of a crime or offense against the employer, his family, or representative. Number six is the analogous causes. What is serious misconduct? So, a serious misconduct is a wrongful act or behavior that is willful and improper, showing the employees is unfit to continue working. It must be related to the employee's duties. We have the example stealing from the employer, physical violence at work, sexual harassment, or drug use in the workplace, and drunken behavior. So number two, our willful disobedience of lawful orders. It is a refusal to follow reasonable and lawful instruction of the employer that are connected with work. It must be intentional. Example is refusing to follow safety protocols, defying a supervisor direct instruction without valid reason. Number three, we have the gross and habitual neglect of duties. So when we say gross, it is serious failure to exercise care and habitual repeated or consistent neglect. Example for this is repeated failure to give medications on time and also constant absence without valid reason, ignoring patient complaint or emergencies, failure to complete documentation regularly, and habitual tardiness affecting patient care. Number four, we have the fraud or willful breach of trust. So it is an act of dishonesty or betrayal that break the employer's trust. Often applies to confidential employees or those handling money. Example is falsifying financial records and pocketing funds. Number five, we have the commission of a crime against the employer, his family, or representative. So it is any criminal act done against the employer or their interest. Example is assaulting the employee, thief, or libel. Number six, we have the other analogous causes. So, acts that may not fall under the first five but are similar in nature or seriousness. Example, using hospital supply for personal use without permission or refusing to follow legitimate order from a supervisor or sleeping during duty hours while assigned to the patient care. So, what is the due process requirement? So, according to Azuzera, even if it is just causes exist, due process must be observed. So, number one, we have the notice to explain. First notice, it is a written notice stating the grounds for possible dismissal. And also, number two is opportunity to be heard. So, the employee must be followed to explain their side. And also, number three is the notice of decision. Second notice. So, the employer must inform the employee of the decision to dismiss with reasons. So, our separation pay, so separation pay not required. So under the law, if an employee is validly dismissed for a just cause, the employer is not legally required to give separation pay. So the rationale is that the dismissal was due to fault attributable to the employee. So there is still an exemption. So based on an equity or company policy. So while the general rules say no separation, there are exceptions. So number one, we have a company practice or policy. If the employer has a history of giving separation pay even in just causes. Number two is a contractual obligation. If it's written in a collective bargaining agreement or contract. Number three is compassionate or equitable grounds. In rare cases, courts may grant separation pay as much as social justice, example, long years of services and other misconduct wasn't very great. So the prescription just cause of termination does not have a fixed time frame, but the employee must act promptly once a violation is discovered, or it may be considered condonation or forgiveness. Let's go to the authorized cause of termination. Article 260, formerly 283 Associated Labor Code. So these are causes not due to the employee's fault, but based on legitimate business or health reasons. So because they are legal and recognized by the labor code, they are called authorized causes. So the employee must give 30 days prior notice to both the employee and the dole and the separation pay depending on the cause. So here are the examples of authorized cause of termination: installation of saving device, redundancy, retrenchment to prevent losses, and also number four is closure or cessation of business. Number five is disease health related termination. So what is the installation, examples of installation of labor saving devices? So example, automating a production line that reduces the needs for workers. So there still are requirements for this. So the introduction of machine or devices must be in good faith, intended to save costs or improve efficiency. So the employee's rule becomes redundant. So the example of installation of labor-saving device in healthcare that may result in authorized cause of termination under labor law. Number one, we have automated vital stations, electronic health record system, telemedicine platforms, and robotic surgery assistant, and also the AI powered chatbot for patient queries. So handling basic patient inquiries resulting in fewer call center or triad staff position. So the separation pay at least 1 month salary or 1 month per year of services, whichever is higher. So number two, we have redundancy. Example for this is two employee doing the same job in one position is declared redundant due to restructuring. So we have the still requirements for this redundancy. Number one, the position is more than what the company reasonably needs and based on good faith and valid criteria like seniority or efficiency, and there is a fair selection of employees affected. So example in healthcare setting, department closure, merging of units and outsourcing of services, budget cuts and decrease in patient volume. Separation fee at least 1 month salary or 1 month per year services, whichever is higher. And retrenchment or to prevent losses. Example is a company experiencing financial losses reduces to staff to survive. So requirements, this must be done to prevent serious or actual losses. Losses must be substantial, serious, or unproven. Example, audited financial statement implemented in good faith with fair criteria. What are the examples? So pandemic-induced financial strains, withdrawal of funding, operational cost increases. So the separation pay at least 1/2 month salary per year or services or 1 month salary, whichever is higher. So number four, we have the closure or cessation of business. So example, a company shut down permanently due to bankruptcy or the owner's decision. Requirement must be a bona fide business decision and may or may not due to financial losses. Notice to Dolly and affected employee is still required. So example of closure or cessation of business in a healthcare setting is permanent closure of a private clinic, shutdown of a diagnostic center, closure of charity hospital. So separation pay if due to business decision, 1 month salary or 1/2 month per year of services. If due to serious business losses, no separation pay required. So number five, this is health-related termination. I cited 10 examples of 10 contagious diseases that may justify health-related termination of employment in compliance with public health and labor laws, particularly if the disease endangers co-workers and cannot be cured or controlled within 6 months, as stated under Article 299, formerly Article 282 of the Philippine Labor Code. Number one, we have tuberculosis or TB, especially if drug resistant and unresponsive to treatment. Hepatitis B or AIDS, no? Only in hepatitis B infectious stage is when highly contagious and the employee works in healthcare or food handling. Number three is HIV/AIDS, only in advanced stages where the person becomes a danger in a specific work setting, rarely invoked due to anti-discrimination laws. Number four is severe acute respiratory syndrome or SARS, highly contagious and dangerous to others. Five is COVID-19, severe or long-term case, can lead if complication prevent recovery and safe return to work within 6 months. And number six is measles for unvaccinated adult can lead to workplace outbreaks, especially in health or children setting. Number seven is meningococcal diseases, rapidly spread and it is life-threatening. Number eight is influenza, the pandemic strain like H1N1 if it leads to complication and prolonged infectivity. Number nine is chickenpox, varicella in adults, highly contagious, especially in hospital or daycare environments. Number 10 is scabies, uh, crusted or the Norwegian type, extremely contagious and hard to treat, especially in caregiving environments. So we have the note for this. So termination due to disease must be based on a certification of by a competent public health authority and comply with due process. Also, anti-discrimination law, particularly for HIV/AIDS and TB, limit termination solely based on diagnosis unless there is a real risk to other. So separation pay at least 1 month salary or 1/2 month per year of services, whichever is higher. So we have an important notes from Azuzera. So these terminations must be done in good faith. So employees who do not comply with notice or separation pay may be liable for illegal dismissal. So due process or 30-day notice is required even if the employee is not at fault. Thank you very much.